E3 2014 has just wrapped, and it's fair to say that Nintendo's showing was an impressive one. With many industry experts predicting a poor event for the Japanese company, Nintendo defied expectations with a raft of quality announcements, an entertaining digital event broadcast, and ongoing Treehouse Live sessions which ran throughout the entirety of E3. If you went around to watch the event, or you're merely looking to catch up in as quick a time as possible, then keep your eyeballs wide open for the next few minutes as we provide a summary of how Nintendo did at this year's E3. Nintendo's digital event was packed with new information, including the official unveiling of the company's Amiibo toy concept. Poised to do battle with the Skylanders and Disney Infinity ranges this Christmas, Amiibo is just one of the ways Nintendo is looking to revitalise the fortunes of its Wii U console. Fan favourites such as Mario, Link, Samus and Donkey Kong will all be available as lumps of expensive NFC-enabled plastic. But it's the way that they will interact with games which makes them so interesting. Unlike rival figures, you'll be able to use these toys in a wide range of titles, including the already released Mario Kart 8. The next instalment in the Super Smash Bros. Series got plenty of screen time too, with Nintendo not only confirming that Mii characters will be playable, but that Kid Icarus star Palutena has joined the roster of playable fighters. We also got a solid release date of October 3rd for the 3DS entry. That's close enough to taste. We got our first look at the Wii U Zelda title during the digital event too, which sports a massive open world environment and a cel-shaded art style which calls to mind the GameCube classic Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. The intense but short action sequence didn't give much away when it comes to storyline and gameplay, but it was enough to get even the most casual Nintendo fan salivating. 2015 cannot come soon enough. Keeping on the subject of Zelda, we were given more information on the forthcoming crossover title, Hyrule Warriors, including a release date of September 19th in Europe and September 26th in North America. While some sectors of the gaming press continue to harbour concerns regarding the somewhat shallow and repetitive nature of the gameplay, if any name can lend Tecmo Koei's Dynasty Warriors universal appeal, it's Zelda. Do you remember those amazingly addictive Captain Toad segments from Super Mario 3D World? Do you recall how well you thought they'd make a fantastic game in their own right? Well, your dream has come true, as Nintendo is giving the pint-sized explorer his very own game. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker takes the core premise seen in Mario 3D World and expands on it dramatically with a host of new challenges to tackle. With no proper Mario title announced during E3, this is perhaps the next best thing. Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the next pair of monster-catching titles to make their way to the 3DS, also got a confirmed release date during E3, as well as some fresh footage. They'll be hitting North America on November 21st, with the European launch coming 7 days later. Nintendo held back some announcements for later on during E3, including the shock reveal that Devil's Third, the next game from the creator of the popular Dead or Alive series, will be heading to the Wii U as an exclusive release. Slotting neatly alongside Bayonetta 2 in the mature section of the Wii U's library, Devil's Third might not be a game you'd typically associate with Nintendo, but it at least shows the company is open to taking risks. During one of the Treehouse Live segments, Nintendo lifted the lid on another new title, codenamed Steam for the 3DS. From the brains behind the beloved Fire Emblem and Advance Wars franchises, this steampunk strategy action title employs a comic book style aesthetic and already looks like a solid gold hit.
Strange times, huh?
Of all the titles shown by Nintendo at E3, it was Splatoon which perhaps garnered the most praise. An amazing feat when you consider it's a totally new IP, in a genre which Nintendo has very little experience in. Best described as a family-friendly take on the team-based third-person shooter, Splatoon replaces bullets with ink, placing you in the day-glow shoes of shape-shifting squid people who are able to swim through pools of ink. Not your typical action game premise, but first impressions are excellent. Nintendo could have a sizable hit on its hands here, and we can't wait to play more when the game eventually launches in 2015. So E3 was a pretty special one if you're a Nintendo fan. While many of the games shown off aren't going to be with us until next year, the promise of Amiibo and the chaotic allure of the Hyrule Warriors should be more than enough to keep us busy until then. Thanks for watching.